Good afternoon, everybody. Today is September 21st. It's a Sunday. And I thought I'd bring back something I did when I was riding across the country, or attempting to ride across the country. If you've never watched my channel or my TikTok before, I'm going to put this on YouTube and TikTok. So if you've never seen any of my stuff before, in March, I attempted to ride my bicycle from St. Augustine here in Florida to San Diego, or roughly anywhere in California. I didn't make it. Nothing to be ashamed of by my standards. I made it from St. Augustine to Round Rock, Texas, basically about an hour north of Austin, and then injured my knee, blah, blah, blah. I've said this 100 times probably in other videos, but anyways. When I was doing that trip, I used to do every Sunday my Sunday Strava stats. Strava is just the app that I use to keep track of, log all my activity on my bikes. A lot of people use it for running, hiking, cycling. I primarily just use Strava for cycling. But yeah, so I'm going to start doing that again. On Sundays, I'm going to write down my geek stats off the app and just post them to what little social media I have. TikTok and YouTube are the only place I post anymore, and I might get rid of TikTok at some point. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of social media, but I'm trying to post content about cycling, because that's what my life is pretty much about these days. So anyways, without any further ado, with me just blah, 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 rambling on, here's my Sunday Strava stats for this week, which means I gotta put my old man eyes back on, glare in the camera. So this week, I rode 157.74 miles, a little bit less than the prior 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, I've gotten almost 200 miles each week. I've gotten like 192, 194 the last 2 weeks. This week, only 157. Had a pretty shitty week, but nothing to do with cycling, just me pushing my luck on things, and it ran out. So, elevation for this week, elevation, I climbed 3,150 feet. Not bad for living in the flattest state in the country, Florida. And to ride all of that, it took me 13 hours and 51 minutes. So I basically spent about 14 hours on my bicycles, plural, this week. I think my mileage weekly is going to start going up, mainly because I no longer own a vehicle of any type other than my two bicycles. Had a motorcycle, as I alluded to a moment ago, shitty week. I blew the motor in my motorcycle on Tuesday. So a new motor would cost more than I paid for the motorcycle, so I no longer own a motorcycle. I got rid of it, basically by giving it away for parts. I just dug myself in a bigger and bigger financial hole this year with trying to do cycling trips and spending money on bikes and other stuff. I just need to be better with my money, or, you know, God forbid I have to get a job again someday. Right now, I just live off my military pension and disability, which is plenty. I just have to watch my money. Another thing I usually do on Sundays when I'm doing my Sunday Strava stats is I'll just go over where I'm at for the year. So that's another cool thing I like on Strava. You can open up the app at any time and see your year to date. So from January 1st until now in 2025, I have ridden 3,733 miles, which took me 146 different rides, and 366 hours I've spent on a bicycle so far this year. I've climbed an unbelievable amount of elevation so far this year. 72,249 feet of elevation. So I don't think I'm doing too bad for an overweight 55-year-old dude. Yeah, that's the stats off of Strava for this week. And like I said, going forward, with no other vehicle other than bicycles, my weekly mileage should go up, which is cool. I'm trying to make it 5,000 miles this calendar year, and like I said, I'm at just over 3,700 now. So, yeah, that's it for this week. Hope everybody's having a good day, good week, good year. I know if you watch social media all the time, it seems like the world's on fire, but if you just talk to people out and about on your everyday journeys, shit ain't that bad. Anyways, have a great day, everybody.